They call themselves the itchy trigger finger niggas.
Itchy what?
The itchy trigger finger niggas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Pricie here with some more World of Tanks for you. Today we're on Severogorsk. I'm in the Tier 7 American Heavy Tank, the T29. This was a very, very tough fought game with not a particularly strong team. Even though the enemy team at the moment looks like they're statistically worse than us, this game couldn't have gone worse if it tried at the beginning. The first 3 minutes were awful. You know, watch the mini-map at the moment and see how our team splits up. I'm pinging the map over at F9 now to say, don't all follow me, don't all come one way. You know, we need to, there's 3 lanes to this map, we need to cover it. There you go, type in a message in chat there saying not all of us, but the lemming train continues. So this is why this map turned out so badly straight away. We had a few players that just refused to use their heads. We ended up with 2 guys going down the middle and 2 guys covering the right hand side, and the rest of the bulk of our heavy tanks and team went to the left. So we've got to make this left hand side work, haven't we? Well, this is what you would like to think. Unfortunately, there's not that much space up here, and what happens is the entire team end up tripping over each other to the point where they go, well, I need to be able to get out and actually do some damage, so I'll go park in a silly place out in the open where I've got no cover and I can get repeatedly shot. So anyway, fortunately, the only thing that is a saving grace for me leading the lemming charge, as it were, up here was the fact that I started quite far over to on the left hand side, which means that I actually get the opportunity to get my hold down dug in position. So I sent another message to the team there saying, see, not enough room, hoping that some people might turn around and go back over to the right, but no, everybody stays here and they decide to pull out into the middle of the open. As you can see, there's another T29 now. He's a T29 is a very, very hold down tank. It's got quite soft hull armour, but a very, very hard turret front. So really, the ideal situation for it is hold down when you're not showing anything to the enemy team apart from your turret front. The T29 on the left side here obviously didn't get that message, and out of his 1250 starting HP he had, he's now down to 323, and he's cowering halfway up the side of a hill because he's kind of stuck there now and he can't get out. He can't really project any damage either because he can't really move. And there he goes, now he's dead. So now he's probably going to do something slightly productive for the team and actually give some of our other tanks that are stuck out in the open somewhere to hide behind. Now, as you can see, the kill board at the moment stands at 1 to 6. It's really, really not going well. The right hand side and the middle have fallen, and the heavy tanks from the enemy team that went that way, because it looks like they actually split their forces in a semi good way, basically. They looks like they divided their forces up evenly across the map, unlike our team. They are pushing in hard now towards our flag, so we've got a real problem. Now it's 2 to 7, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. So I'm doing my best to dig in on this corner and do as much damage as I can. We're up to 1537 damage. We've had a few unlucky shots, but on the whole, RNG's been pretty good to us. I fire snapshot at that guy there, but it was never going to go in. He was already rolling back. The best I could hope for there was maybe a track shot, but it wasn't like anyone was going to be able to project any damage to him. So I'm sending another message to my team, I think, at the moment. Yeah, saying, told you all not to go one way. There's sometimes some situations where you really don't want to be right, and this game, I could tell by the way that we divided our forces that it wasn't going to be a good game. So after noticing the absolute calamity that we've got going on with our base and the right hand side of the map, and a huge amount of tanks that are rolling in behind us to try and pincer us, me, a Tiger 1 and an IS have turned around to try and deal with this threat. So we spot a KV3 rolling across the open, quite happy to put a shot into him. We're up to 2,152 damage now. Now it's a matter of seeing either A, how long we can hold on for, or B, how much damage we can do, This is what I was thinking at the moment. I was thinking at this point that this game's over. We can't win this game. So I was thinking, well, I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can and try and get as much XP as I can out of this game. That's obviously going to, at this stage, going to be a loss. So I've moved from my hold down position, from one hold down position, I've moved to another hold down position. This was not a very good shot on the Black Prince there. That was never going to go in. Maybe accuracy, the dispersion didn't really help me so much there, but I was trying to really aim for his sort of driver's hatch flat plate area just below, but unfortunately it went a little high and sort of bounced off the top of his tank just below where his turret ring was. But the one saving grace about this whole shocker of a game so far is the fact that I've managed to keep my entire 1250 hit point pool. I've managed to get a lot of bounces and sponge some shots with my track. As you'll see, the Tiger comes round here. Fortunately, he donks his shot into the side of the hill. The Black Prince rolls forward. Now, I was hoping for a damaging shot there, but unfortunately I just got a track. So the Tiger comes forward at me again, so I start to side scrape. Here we are, and he fires again, and my tracks absorbed that one. We've got a little bit more luck with the Black Prince there. I managed to put a hit through the soft spot on the side of his tank. If you can see, just on the front quarter there, there's like a section where the side skirt armour of the Black Prince is kind of missing. If you can hit that, invariably it's going to go in. So here comes an enemy tank, T29, same tank as me. This guy knows my strengths and he knows my weaknesses because he's driving his own tank, and because of that I take the first damaging hit of the game. I believe he penetrated me through the side of my tank now, near where my track wheel was, but I managed to get out, get a shot on the Soviet tank there as he was pulling back, and get a kill for myself and one tank down that we don't have to worry about. And somehow we have managed to kind of pull this back now, and we are 11 for 10. We're actually in the lead, which is something that I didn't think was going to be possible, and as it turns out it looks like we might maybe have a chance of winning this game. So got to keep the pressure up. They're trying to cap now. Fortunately, the combined fire of our IS and our Black Prince managed to take that out. 12 to 11. We're only a kill up. It's by no means won yet, but we're up to 3,200 damage done, so a pretty healthy amount of damage. So I proceed forward to keep up the pressure, and proceed to take a hold down position on this sort of rocky outcropping here. Was looking for a shot on the commander's cupola of the T29, but the Tiger P comes forward and shows me the vulnerable diagonal plate that's on the front of his tank. You can see that edge. So I decided to take that shot instead of a riskier shot on the T29. Go for a hit on the commander's cupola on the T29 there, but it goes to the right hand side, so unfortunately that one didn't go in, but got another chance. Take a bit more of a careful aim and put it straight through his commander's cupola. So now we're 13 and 11. There's a very, very low health Tiger P, and there's an IS who is over behind our flag at the moment. So we're up to almost 3.8k damage. So I decided it's time to really go for it now. Let's put on the pressure and let's see if we can take this game for a win. So I come around the corner, fire a bit sort of blind on the move at that Tiger P, just get a critical hit. I think it basically was sponged into his tracks, so I don't get the kill there, but the Black Prince finishes him off. And now the only thing left to do is to hunt down this IS. And we've got 4 tanks left, they've just got the 1 now. So from what was a game that started off very, very quickly, went to a 2 kills to us, 9 kills to the enemy team. It looked like a complete rout for our team. We have managed to somehow turn it around, use cover effectively, use the hold down strengths of the T29, and we're up to 4,120 damage done this game. So that was a great round, and we managed to hold on. So now let's go over and have a look at the endgame stats. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the endgame stats screen. As you can see, this was the stats for the game on Severogorsk. It was our ace tanker game in the T29, and we also picked up a Confederate and a high caliber medal. It was a ×3 XP event, so with premium we came away with 6,714 XP, which is a very nice round, but even without premium it would have worked out to be 4,476. With premium we made a total of 65,539 credits, although without premium, as you can see, we would have made 43,693. So a good haul, regardless of whether you were a premium or a non-premium player. As you saw the round yourselves, it started off very, very poorly, where we ended up 2 kills to 9 kills down, and we had to do some serious work in that mid-game to be able to carry our team. Now I'll switch over to the team score page, and we can see here that the base experience for that game was 1,492, so a very good round. We did 4,120 damage with 2 kills, which was roughly about 2 times the damage of the next nearest person on our team. Although we had some good support from Mino_027 there in his IS, so well done to you, sir, with almost 3,000 damage done, 2,760 to be precise. The Black Prince and the other T29 on our game also put in a good healthy amount of damage, so between the three of us we did pretty well there. Rest of the team didn't do quite so well, but that's just the way it was. The team wasn't too strong. The positioning during that game was really not very strong. So if we go over to the detailed report, you can see we fired 24 shots, of which we had 20 hits. Out of those 20 hits, 18 penetrated, which brought us the total of 4,120 damage done. We received 11 hits, of which 6 penetrated and 5 didn't penetrate, although out of those 6 penetrations there was quite a few shots that were eaten by our tracks due to timely armour angling, which brought our total damage blocked by armour to 2,190. We travelled a distance of 1.44 kilometres that game. Not too far, but obviously we were one of the few players on our team that took a position on the left hand side first, but noticed how quickly the right hand side of the map had fallen apart, and we adjusted our play accordingly to come back and try and deal with that as best as we could. As I say, the total XP we got for the game was 6,714, so it was a really great round. I hope you enjoyed watching the round as much as I enjoyed playing it. It brought many mixed emotions, that round. The first part of the game, if I'd have had an extra hand that I could have taken off the mouse and keyboard, or if I had a third hand, I would have probably put it to my face and face palmed hard. It was one of those games where we just felt like we were going to be ice skating up a hill all game. But don't want to take on a defeatist attitude. We did the best that we could with a bad situation that we were dealt with, and fortunately we managed to turn it around for what I would say was a great win. We really dug in hard, and between the 4 tanks at the top of the team, we really did some great work there. Now, I lost out on the steel wall to the Black Prince. It would have been nice to grab the steel wall as well, but beggars can't be choosers, and we came away with the Confederate and the higher caliber, which was a great result for us. As I say, I hope you enjoyed the round. There'll be plenty more World of Tanks coming to my channel over the foreseeable coming future. I've got a SU-100 mastery game coming up, which will be, it's actually a really nice game. It was one of my first good games that I ever really had. What made it particularly special was the fact that it was my mastery. It was a Radley Walters and a Kolobanov's game. And also, my crew skills were, although they were 100%, although I had 100% crew, I was about 65% through training my first skill. So I basically didn't have 6 cents on my commander for the SU-100 game. So to come away with such a great result, mastery, Radley Walters, Kolobanov's men, amongst other things, without having 6 cents, which is a particularly critical skill, even more so when you're in something like a tank destroyer or indeed a light scout tank, was a great round. And I'll be uploading that one next. So please, if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you're a new person to the channel, please feel free to subscribe for future content, and obviously to be kept updated for when this SU-100 game goes up, which I'm sure you guys out there will all enjoy.